Hi everybody, Pen here. In yesterday's episode or Facebook Live or blog post, depending on where you're getting the information from, I mentioned that I've been working a lot of manifestation stuff, and pretty much everything is happening. It just not in a time frame that I expected. So today I want to talk about how you can manifest anything you want, but you have to also be patient with it. Like I know sometimes when you want something like right away and then you're impatient and you're rushing, then more likely that you less likely to get it right away. And sometimes those things just happen when you're least expected. So what I'm going to share what has worked for me and what has worked for other people. It just that's something that I'm not tuned to, or that's something not good at, but that's something that I can always improve on. Just like if you're working on manifestation and try different things, see which one works for you. One thing that I have been pretty consistent with is morning journaling, and a lot of mentors, coaches, they would say do journaling or writing goals down morning and night, but it's just I've been consistent with the morning part, not the nighttime part. So I've been doing the morning pages. Is in the book by Cameron, The Artist's Way. Or I do the 3 pages, just write down freestyle writing, just write down anything that I can think of, whatever's on my mind, just let it out. But in that 3 pages, what's been consistent is the the goals. I write down my goals every day, and I write down what I want. And in the writing, I write in present tense as if it's already happened. A lot of people kind of just also involve their visualization into the process of journaling, and I'll talk about visualization after I be more specific regarding the journaling part. Is that when you write, it also include gratitude list, like what I'm grateful for, with that as well. And examples, the things that I have manifested, including my son. After, it's like it just happened unexpectedly. It's not like I planned it. In my journal, I just decided to write. It was last year I wrote that, and I wrote, I want to have a healthy pregnancy by the end of 2021. And then a few days later, I found out I was pregnant. At that time, I didn't really think that was going to happen that fast. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'd get pregnant at the middle or the end of 2021, but then it kind of just happened, like, right away. So that was pretty cool. And I was like, okay, I guess it's kind of somehow has to do with what I was writing down. Also, why another reason why writing things down works is because when you're writing, you're spelling things out. You're spelling words out, and spelling has the word spell. So spells do work. And that's something that I learned from my family. So I thought that was pretty cool to kind of have that association. And next, I want to talk about visualization. This is something that I'm not good at, and I'm starting to get better at it. It takes practice. Some people are just like natural at visualizing things, and when you do visualize what you want, kind of be in the present with what you want. For example, weight loss. You want to lose 30 pounds, for example. You want to be more toned, have more muscles, things like that, and kind of mentally prepare yourself, kind of visualize yourself already there. So when you actually get there, it won't be too much of a gap between what's really happening and what you want. And also another way to do it is to close your eyes and you step into the what you want. Kind of just walk into that room as if you actually take a few steps and then walk into what you want to manifest. Another way is incorporating movement, like dance or yoga. There are different yoga poses for manifestation, and we can go into more details in another video about that. I'm not going into details which poses are for manifestation. And also essential oils can help too. Different essential oils. The pure ones, of course, not. Guys, it also depends on the like the purity of the oils and how you use the oils. The different ways to use the oils. We can go into that in another video or episode. If you listen to the Yoga Sciences podcast, this will also be transcribed into the podcast. So I'm not going to list all the previous episodes that I've done that have to do with all these different topics, but they're mentioned in previous episodes too. So also with crystals, I've been like obsessed with buying crystals for all different purposes, for health, for manifestation, for money. And you can definitely incorporate crystals into your practice as well. And as for crystals, you can just I meet a lot of Facebook groups for all these different things. So when it comes to crystals, you have to work in order for the crystals to work. You can't just expect to get a stone and say, okay, I want to work on manifestation, and the stone is supposed to bring me whatever I want. So you kind of have to be aligned with what you're doing, and also depending on the state that you're in, and you can actually, when you're holding the stone, you can feel the energy of the stone. It's pretty cool. And then another thing has to do with the moon cycle. Work for women. Women tend to work with their menstrual cycles and when they're most productive and things like that, but that's a whole nother topic as well. So this video is just more like a general thing that you can try to do, but it's very broad, so I'm not going to go into details. And if you want to hear more about it, then just comment below, or just if you see this from my website yogasciences.com, then comment in the comment section to request more detailed information about how to get moving with whatever you want to manifest going. Another thing is pendulums. I like to work with pendulums as well, and it's quite interesting. I did do an episode about how that works, is where you just ask yes or no questions and you basically find out using the pendulum. I have a few different ones that I work with, and also the pendulums choose you. Like it sometimes the pendulums don't want to work with you, so it's really quite interesting how that all works. If you don't believe it, it's you could still try it and see what happens, and you'd be surprised how it actually works the way that it works. So those are my few tips on how to get things to be manifested, and even with like relationships, for health. Yeah, so my main advice is be consistent with whatever you're doing, whatever method that you're using, and also be patient with it. Don't expect like a timeline. I mean, of course, when you write your goals, you want to write, okay, you want this to happen by then, but then if it doesn't happen at that time, just don't be discouraged or don't give up, and keep trying, and eventually it will happen. And like I said, sometimes you'll be surprised how fast that it actually happens. And especially when it comes to like writing things down and visualizing it. Have a daily like spiritual practice, yoga or meditation, and things like that. So that is all for today, and love to hear your feedback about this. And if you've tried anything that whatever you're manifesting, and do share, of course, if you want to share what you've manifested and what's worked. So thank you for watching or listening, and have a great day.